Okay, good afternoon everyone. My name is Abdurrahman Ismail. Today I want to talk about my critical reading assignment about an article. The title of my article is Animal Passion, Mindless Living Creatures That Have Worth. First, animals may not celebrate Valentine's Day, but they certainly know a thing or two about love. And for the summary, male gentoo penguins have their work cut out from them when it comes to attracting a mate before the fuzzy females will choose a partner to move in with. The males have to find an ideal spot for a potential nest. Wolfish are true romantics. Once a pair has formed a bond, they stay together for life. That's why the vast majority of wolf packs consist of a pair of wolves and their offspring. Male zebras keep a harem and are real Casanovas, but they give the females a lot of loving care and attention and enjoy joining in a bit of mutual grooming. Polar bears are born lunars, but even they make an exception occasionally. Once a year, during the mating season, they seek out bears of the opposite sex. Burrowing owls reinforce their pair bond by preening because they nest and roost in underground burrows. These little birds need to be both cunning and courageous. To deter predators, they imitate the sound of a rattlesnake. Pairs of Siberian tigers spend up to 7 days together, playing and cuddling. Once the female is pregnant, they go their separate ways. For the rest of the year, they prefer to live and hunt alone. And for the last, female squirrels look for love in many places during the mating season. That's because these cute rodents don't set any store by monogamy and instead to try to mate with as many partners as they can. Go to the next slide, please. For the relation to our current conditions, wolfish are true romantics. It's related to Habibi and Ainun's love story because they only choose one and only partner until the day they die. And polar bears are lunars. It's related to humans usually do the same things like polar bears did. They grown up all alone, and when the time has come, they need to find their partner in the future. And for the last male gentoo penguins, humans usually prepare the same things before the marriage. So before the marriage, humans usually prepare the house or the job for their life in the future. And for the last, my critical opinion about this article. This article is focusing on the differences about how animals attract their partner on mating seasons. And this article teaches us to avoid the bad habit of certain animals, such as female squirrel that can't live with one male squirrel. I think that's enough for my presentation, and I open for the Q&A session. For the first question, please.
Okay, I want to ask, how would a wolf can be such a loyal animal to their partner? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your question, and I will try to answer it. I think it would be happen because only the alpha male and alpha female to breed in order to keep pack numbers down. So they are loyal only to the alpha one. Okay, I think that's enough. Go to the next question, please.
Okay, why Siberian tigers left their partner after the mating seasons?
Okay, thank you for the questions. I will try to answer it. After mating, the female will usually attack her partner, driving him away or cutting him because in some cases, after giving a birth, some of male will attack the baby on his instinct as a predator. So the female needs to get away for the male one to save their baby. Thank you. And go to the next question, please.
Okay, I wanna ask, is only the female squirrel that looking for love?
Okay, thank you for the last questions. I will try to answer it. Classical research kind of suggests that while males should try to mate with as many female as they can find. So it's true that the male one can find the female to mate. And females should be a little bit more chaste, more picky, because they put so much more investment in their offspring. Okay, I think that's all from my presentation. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.